play in the National Football League. He was part of a great team. Well, that was part of several great teams, coached by Jim Slaughter, who is here tonight. And Carl Greenwood, I remember covering him, and we need to highlight, from a game that's 45-0, he'd have several highlights on there, I'm telling you. We'd have a bunch. We wouldn't have to worry about not having highlights of Carroll football on the Friday Night Sports Blitz when Carl Greenwood was playing, because he would always provide us with lots of great plays. We have two people to come up here tonight to help present Carl into the Hall of Fame tonight. We're going to ask Jim Slaughter to come up here, former Carroll coach, and Carl Greenwood Sr. Gentlemen, if you would come up here, please. Jim Slaughter will always be known as one of the most successful coaches in CCIC history. In fact, during his 5 years as coach at Carroll, he never lost to another CCIC school. He went 20-0. He could always go to those athletic coordinator meetings and just kind of look at those other coaches and say, I got you, didn't I? Remember? You never had to look at any one of those coaches. And then he would go 48-2 into the regular season play. Coach, I still remember those stats, hard to believe. But when you win as many games as you did, it's easy to keep up with it, I'm telling you. The only 2 games he ever lost in regular season was to Victoria, right? It only happened twice in 5 years. We had just gotten past Willow Ridge, right? And Judson in those playoffs. Those were some tough teams back then, no doubt about it. Carl Greenwood Sr. is also here. So guys, I'm going to hand you guys a microphone and talk about Carl Greenwood, okay?
First of all, I'd like to thank the Holy God from day 318, the Father of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for allowing us to be here tonight. And I also like to thank him for creating each one of us and my special son, Carl Greenwood. Now, let me see what I can say about Carl Greenwood. Now, it was an exciting time growing up with him, with us. Very, very exciting. And I feel like he accomplished some of the things that I didn't get to accomplish because I got hurt playing football. But first of all, Carl was born in Port Oil, California, when I was in the service. And he was a type of person that was determined to achieve. When he was like 6 months old, his mother Wendy said, you know that boy is waiting by the door for you to come home from duty? So he was determined to be by that door, waiting on me. And when Carl turned 8 months old, we came back to Corpus Christi. And he attended Evans Elementary. But before he attended Evans Elementary, his mother Wendy would work with him and help him to read. And he was reading by the time he was in kindergarten. So again, he was determined to achieve. And when he was in kindergarten, we wanted to skip him from kindergarten to first grade. We said, no, let him come up with his grade. Then from there, we moved to the West Oso district, where he did well at school and athletics. Then when he was in the 9th grade, he went to Tom Brown, where he helped Tom Brown to win the city championship. Then from Tom Brown, he went to Carroll High School, where he done well at track and football. And and I was just so proud of him because I participated in track and football. It seemed like he fulfilling what I didn't, some of the things I didn't get to do because of my injury. I did participate, but I didn't put well as I could have done. So I felt like he filled in. Now from Carroll High School, after they won, of course they won several district championships in track and football and regional championships. For that I'm proud of him for being part of that team. And Carl was the type of person that always wanted the best for his teammates. He tried to will in them to win because he hated to lose. And every time he got hit hard something in a game, he said, Dad. I said, boy, you got hurt pretty hard, didn't you? You got hit pretty hard, didn't you? He said, Dad, that was just only a police thing. It was nothing to him. Like he was hurt resistant. Then from Carroll, he went on to UCLA, where he was a freshman America. He was a freshman American at Carroll. He also got several bronze awards for weightlifting. And they used to tell the linemen, come on here with that car. Let me go on here, Carl. Y'all need to work with Carl. Carl, listen all that weight. So again, he was determined to achieve. And after his stint at UCLA, I'm going to say this, he was expected to go in the late first round to the early second round, and senior year in the NFL draft. But his second ball game of his senior year, he broke his ankle, and they thought that was all over. But now with Carl Greenwood, because he was determined to achieve, so he eventually went in the 5th round, where he played for the Jets in a short stint with the Green Bay Packers. So I'm very proud of my son. I don't want to take all the time, because they gave us a time limit, so I'm going to let Coach Slaughter take it off from him. I'm proud of you, Carl, and I love that you were my son, that you filled in some of the things that I didn't do. Also, Carl, let me say this one thing. Carl, after UCLA, he went to Del Mar to pursue another field. And he pursued the physical therapy field, which he's now doing. While he was at Del Mar had never won a college bowl. They did a college bowl in Galveston, Texas, and while he was there, they won a college bowl. And his instructor had told him when he got ready to take the state board, Carl was telling him, I'm going to make a 700. At least 700 on the state board. And his instructor told him, I never heard anybody making 700, not long as I've been here, you know. And Carl ended up making 710 on the state board. Again, he determined to achieve. Let me turn you over to Coach Slaughter.
Carl Greenwood, what a great athlete. I remember the coaches coming to him and say, Coach, we got this kid that's going to play for us in the secondary. He's got so much talent, but we need to look at him offensively also. So they talked me into starting him at quarterback. One game in particular is a pretty good example of Carl's talent. We're playing LBJ. Back when LBJ was very talented, we were very talented. They had a hard time finding a scheduled game. We were having a hard time finding a scheduled game, so we ended up playing each other because nobody else wanted to play us. And we play LBJ, and the first year we played them, and there's a little connection here that shows you the type of athletes we had on the field. The first year we played them in Austin, and Brooks Kishnick was our tight end and our punter. He did a great job. I sure hated to lose him from the football program. And we come back and we're playing them the next year, and they're putting on a little bit of a blitz. They're blitzing a lot, and we'd seen it on film, but we weren't completely prepared for it. When we run an early play, Carl goes about 60 or 70 yards for a touchdown. We go up on them 7-0, and then the rest of the game, they're blitzing so often, about halftime they got somebody in the backfield causing fumbles. So the coaches decide, hey, we can't really afford to do anything, Coach. We're playing good defense. We're just going to let Carl. I think he carried the ball probably about 80 times that night. And never turned it over. He had a great game. One of the things that I remember with my young coaches, I had, if y'all remember, two very young coaches that just started out with me. And one day they came to me and they said, Coach, have you seen what Carl's reading on the bus when we're driving to the game? I said, no, I haven't been paying any attention. I said, Coach, he's reading magazines that we can't even pronounce the names of. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure that's a credit to him or a credit to them. How they work. But Carl, amazing talent, did a great job. And while I'm up here, I said I was going to say something about this too. Brooks Kishnick, a quick story on him. Brooks was, golly, what a great athlete for us. And he started having trouble with his shoulder. And I was the one that finally got fed up with it until the trainers wanted him to go to the doctor. I want to find out what's wrong. They send him to the doctor and he comes back, and his mom and him, they want him to play football. I said, no, I'm not going to go down in history as the coach that ruined your baseball career. So it was a very talented group of kids, and I tell everyone, my stay at Corpus Christi Carroll was only 5 years. I'll never forget it. It was probably some of the most exciting time in my coaching career. It was by far, in 5 years, we were 55-7, had some great kids, outstanding talent that did a tremendous job for us and bought into the program and did whatever we asked. Thank you.